for YouTube. Hey everybody, Arkin over here.
And Focus Seal.
Getting back some more Let's Play Trails Through Daybreak 2. When last we left off, we did the Merhen Garten Floor 2, or Floor 5, blah blah blah. And now, we have a bunch of shenanigans to do.
Let's see what we got.
Every year, all the restaurants in Longport hold a competition to judge who can prepare the best dish. However, with things being as they are lately, we need a bit of a helping hand getting everything set up. If you're really willing to pitch in, please meet me in my restaurant. I'll give you the deets there. Meishin. Oh, into Aifu Fandian. Fastest route.
Second ward has its charms. Welcome to life. What can I get for you?
Lai Fao Zhang Bao.
Thanks a bunch. What can I get for you? What did I need to pick up? Thanks a bunch.
Big money, big prizes. I take it you're the one that put out the 4SPG? Something about trouble with the cooking competition, was it? I assume that means you're the Spriggan I've been hearing so much about. Well, I'm glad you got my request. That's such a relief. I see you brought the Prodigy along as well. It's nice to meet you, Aaron. Yeah, I just happened to work part-time for the guy. Anyway, I've heard a good bit about you too, Meishin. Word around town was that a really skilled lady took over this place 2 years ago. We even managed to brush off pressure from the Lai family. Really? That's so cool. That's because my big sister's a Teji Chushi. Oh, I've heard that's the highest rank a chef of Eastern cuisine can reach. Chan-chan, you always make such a fuss over nothing. You know how I feel about those big titles. You know, I actually think I've been here before. I remember there was an old man running the place back then. Told me his eldest daughter was in the training over at the restaurant in Kowloon Hotel. I'm guessing you're the daughter he was talking about? Your old man must be pretty proud. Now there's some praise I do like to hear. Would you mind if we got back to the matter of my request, though? By all means. But, I'll admit, this cooking competition doesn't sound like the kind of thing you'd need a Spriggan for. The Great Longport Cook-Off, right? All the restaurants in the area are free to participate. I've been to it a few times myself. Was actually planning on going to this year's competition, too. With all the trouble around here lately, it'd be nice to have something to lift our spirits and take our minds off things. There's another side to it, too, though. The others who support the restaurant use it as a competition to maintain their standing. As it stands now, the head chef at Taoyuan restaurant, which is currently closed, has been invited. So has the new food truck in the new town. Taoyuan restaurant. That's the place we were at when we fought the remnants of the Lai family. I'm surprised to hear they'll be participating. It sounds so exciting, especially with so many people involved. Honestly, I'm a little nervous about it all. You see, the usual event space isn't available this time around, so they asked to hold it here instead. It was supposed to be at the Kowloon Hotel, however, with all the issues that have cropped up recently, they decided to opt out of participating. And with me trying to get ready to enter the competition myself, I'm just about at my wit's end. I was hoping that maybe you could help me out a bit. Does that sound like something you could do? Let me think. Sure. Alright, we'll take your case. Considering the whole deal with Heiwei, we're probably the best people for the job anyway. Oh, you're a lifesaver. Now I really do have to put my all into this year's competition. Could you explain a bit more about what you'd like us to help you with? Of course. Well, firstly, with the Lai family's trading business having gone under, several places have been unable to stock enough imported ingredients. From what I've heard, Guahia Fandian and Haorian, I think it's Horian. Yeah, I think it's Horian. They've been hit the worst. But Taoyuan restaurant and that food truck in Newtown have apparently been just fine. Actually, Meng Zhao's food truck seems to be doing more than fine. I knew I could count on you, Tian-chan. Thanks for looking into it for me. As for our place, I believe we have what we need for the time being. However, if at all possible, there is one thing I was hoping you might find for me. Oh, what would that be? It's a slightly unusual type of Laojiu by the name of Tiangfeng Quan. The person who ran the brewery passed away a while ago, and they closed down not long after. It's become quite a collector's item. I'm not sure how many bottles of it are even left now, but I just know it would be the perfect for the dish I'm planning to make. Got it. We'll see if we can manage it. Thank you. If it ends up costing anything, I'll take care of the fees. So please feel free to tell them to put it on my tab. And even if you can't find it, I can still make do, so try not to worry too much. Okay, you kind of made it sound like there were more issues than just not having enough ingredients, though. Well, it's a bit hard to explain, but it almost seems like there's someone trying to sabotage the competition. In fact, just this morning, I found some of the cooking wine in our pantry smashed to pieces. Heh, wouldn't be surprised if Taoyuan's head chef was behind it all. Guess we better go see what the other participants have to say. That gives us some insight into the whodunit. It should also help us figure out the supply issues. I would really appreciate it. Please let me know if you find anything. Holy macaroni. Hey, Grendel Skillstone. Alright, Twilight Droplet. So we can go up to level 31. Well, Van needs it the most. Oh, damn. That was all of them. It only got him to 30. If I'm gonna have Ren be like the de facto dedicaster, which isn't bad, I should start pumping stuff into her to that end. Make her as tanky as she can be. So she can just keep throwing out shield after shield. There we go. And now Van can has and crits aren't nearly as important in this game as they are in other games where critting lets you also friggin' fill up your knighted attack and break meter and whatnot. But crit damage is still nice to have. Hey, isn't that lady... Is she a friend of yours? Nah, but I've heard about her. I think she's a hostess over at Taoyuan Restaurant. Oh, I get where you're going with this. Their head chef is supposed to be taking part in the cook-off. Let's go see if she knows something. Well, if it isn't the Prodigy, and I take it you're the Spriggan? Heh, should have figured a hostess for a live family restaurant would be in the know. So what does the little boy from Lou want with me? Not really a little boy anymore, but whatever. We've got a couple of questions we'd like to ask you. Yeah, I promise we're not looking for a fight with the lie. We were just curious about the head chef at the restaurant you work for. We hear he got an invitation to the Great Long Pork Cook-Off. Oh, so that's what this is about. Yeah, Yonsu has been pretty excited about it. The restaurant may be closed for the moment, but he's blocked off an entire section of the kitchen to prepare for the event. Wow, he must be really fired up for it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he takes a lot of pride in being a chef at one of Longport's finest establishments. He was feeling a bit let down by the closure, but this cook-off sure has lit a spark under him. He knows how to hire hostesses. I mean, goddamn. While we're on the topic, do you happen to know if he's running any issues while preparing for the competition? I don't recall hearing much of anything from him, really. No. The only thing I can say is that he's been feeling a lot of pressure lately because of everything that's happened with the Lai family. I see, that makes sense. We're just doing what we can to support the cook-off, so please tell him to give us a holler if you need anything. Got it, I'll let him know. Thanks for the offer. So that didn't help.
On my way.
Why don't we see?
Missing Dragon Chariot. Longport's New Year Festival is right around the corner, and the Dragon Chariot Red Star signature vehicle has been stolen. And considering Heiyue is likely busy with other matters at the moment, we thought it'd be best to ask you for help instead. In front of the Eastern Theater.
Oh, Aaron! Thank you so much for your help earlier.
He didn't do nothing.
My
Just
noodles
glad
are the
everything
best.
worked out.
What'll you have?
True Jinhua long cut noodles and the jiggly almond tofu. A dessert that originated in the East. The jiggly texture is irresistible. Irresistible.
Hey, friend. I got some good stuff.
Mashi gloves. Oh no, Mashi.
Thanks as always.
Make a mishi with washi mash. They're giving a boatload of HP.
Where's your next?
Step right up. Take all the time you need.
Quintal Jai Chai.
Be seeing you.
You're free to take again. I take great pride in all my merchandise.
Soul Chef. Couscous. Ooh. Speed up. That's pretty nice. Yeah. That means thank you in Chinese.
I am a little nervous.
What'll it be?
Colored fan cord. We can give Swin gifts. That's cool.
Thank you.
It's okay.
What'll it be? Thank you.
Aaron's here to help us.
Come on in and eat my stuff. Can't be beat.
Northern Sky Candy. Give me the Northern Sky Candy.
For you.
Gambit Bar.
Hey, Aaron. Things get hairy around here again. I'm counting on you to help me out.
You got it, Pops.
The citizens are more
maybe.
composed than I expected.
Yes, love.
Into the present
I know. I'll yeah, I know. No, I can empty it out.
Way to go. Little sprig in a
I'm just waiting for it to stop drip dripping.
Okay.
Unless you want to just be the cup.
I was gonna add it in the bigger cup.
Alright.
Before it starts affecting
Be right back
everyone
real
in
quick.
town.
Very well.
I'm weird. Sorry about that.
What would you like?
True Dragon's Tamyum.
Come again.
Like, speed up is super nice, dude.
That was pretty filling. I'm full. I'm full. That was pretty filling. That was pretty filling. That was pretty filling. I'm full.
Ooh, everybody gets an extra 250 hit points. Nice. Hey, Jack. You guys, huh? Kind of figured you'd show up eventually. All that commotion was definitely surprising yesterday, but most folks have just been going on about their business as usual. Seems like that's Hayway's doing, though. Guess they wanted to step in and keep things under control. Well, yeah. This may just be family trouble to them, but it's in their best interest to keep citizens from panicking. Anyway, can we assume that drinking first thing in the morning is your own brand of business as usual? Hey, this is still my first drink of the day, alright? Let a guy take a chance to relax. Oh, by the way, are you guys familiar with Seven Hearts? That's the card game that's been real popular recently, right? This is the first time I'm hearing of it. The rules are a bit different from other card games, but that doesn't stop me and Hallie from getting hooked on it. It's good for workers to take a break every now and then, so don't you think? So what do you say to playing around? I don't think that sounded as convincing as you thought it would. Perhaps we'll take you up on an offer at a later time. Alright, it's later. We're gonna play with Rosette, because she's the best. As long as me or Rosette win, we win.
All right. Let the game
I've got Dookie. I'm gonna hold on to my. So I'll use one of my starter wins. Oh come on! You just had me kill Rosette.
This one's my trump card.
This should do it. Let us exchange hands.
Fireboto.
This one's my trump card.
Oh come on!
This should do it.
This one's my trump card.
They're just dunking on me.
How unfortunate.
Oh.
Unfortunate.
Why don't we play again?
I will beat you, Jack. Me and Rosette will beat you and Hallie. They were just dunking on me. I can't win if all I get is garbage cards, dude. Oh my god, you took damage already.
This one's my trump card.
$12, $11.
This one's my trump card.
That's such dog water, dude. It's like if you don't get any of the higher elements, you just don't win. That's stupid. We win? Oh, of course not. Like, yeah, if you don't have any higher elements in your hand, you just can't win.
All
Like,
right.
this is such a dog crap hand, man. I'm just gonna take the damage and take the cards, dude. Cut the damage in half and take some more cards.
Just kick back and relax.
She would be next. No. She would be next in the turn order at 12.
Kick back and relax. Just kick back and relax.
Is something the matter?
This one's my trump card.
What a bastard.
I will start these cards anew.
This one's my trump card.
Why don't we play
She
again?
took a boatload of damage, and he's like, "Oh, you got a lot of cards in your hand there."
All right. Let the games begin.
Well, conceptually, this is a fun card game, but
You're pretty good.
oh come on, yo, okay, cool. I'm like I was like thinking she just handed Jack the W there, but I also had 13. Oh man, I lost, huh? Oh, at least I had a good time. Here, take these as thanks for playing with me. Nothing. Sauna. Get the money. Get a lot of shard search tokens. Analyze a feck ton of cubes. Bobo. 6 treasure chests with overlocks opened. That's a moon. That's a Jupiter moon? If it's a Jupiter moon.
What one?
Phobos?
No, that's Mars moon.
Mars?
Yep, Phobos. H, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess the only reason you would know that is her stupid crows.
Thanks.
I'm
Way
caught.
to throw me under the bus.
Oh, yeah, and then...
Way to just chuck me under there.
Yep, and then
Right
get
up
in and
by
start
the
driving.
wheels.
Then get in and start driving. Yeah, fucking... That's right, fucking... You would know. You would know about the Mars!
Fuck you.
It's like,
To be fair, Jupiter has so many fucking moons. Like, I don't know if I could. I don't think I can remember them all.
Jupiter's got like 8 moons.
No, Jupiter has like a shit ton of moons.
Okay, Google. How many moons does Jupiter have?
95 moons.
Holy fucking
NASA
shit!
science. Jupiter
I
has
told you.
90.
That's why it's like Jupiter being strong in the show is pretty damn kidded because like she has so many moons. They should have actually made her a little bit stronger.
And made her ass a little bit bigger if she has that many moons. You fucking call her Sailor Moon. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not high-fiving that.
Low 5?
Fine, low 5.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I'm a magic dog with a magic blood. Ha! I got buckets and buckets of warm red teenage blood. You can't have any. Anybody? 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 Yeah. That Adventure Time skit?
Oh, okay.
Where Marceline was a real one. She high-fived Finn. He's
okay.
like, yeah. Adventure Time's such a good show. Well, if it isn't Van and Company, how can I help you? Majin tells us you're going to be competing in the cooking competition. She wanted us to come check on you. That girl is such a sweetheart, always looking out for others. You could stand to learn a thing or two from her, Wuhan. Of course, dear. I'll be sure to do just that. Anyway, she said you guys were running a little low on some ingredients. Yeah, I was hoping to go with something a bit more expensive for my competing dish. I wanted to get my hands on some fresh red crab, but the seafood traders seem to be out right now. Red crab meat is used quite often in Eastern cuisine, isn't it? I hear it carries a high price tag because it can only be found in very select locations. In the West, it's also known as carmine crab. Wow, that's a pretty fancy choice for a restaurant like yours. Wow. Dude.
Rude.
What the fuck?
What the hell?
To be fair, like, this does look kind of ramshackled. He's got a bunch of half scraps on the back wall. But I guess what you're saying is that due to the Liu family's trading being frozen, they're in low supply right now. Exactly. There are some other suppliers around here that we're friends with, but they're fresh out too. And to hear them tell it, someone came in and bought out their whole stock. Bought out their whole stock. Maybe that's what Meijin meant by sabotage. It's possible. In this case, I think we can help them out if we just find another way to get some crab. We'll look into the supply shortages on our end. If anything else comes up, please let us know. Just try and focus on your cooking for the time being. Thank you for your help. It really means a lot to us. Okay.
What are we waiting for?
I think they said somebody was in Newtown. There's also a freaking bulletin board.
Why don't we see?
Apricot kernel soda.
Why don't we see?
Sibling showdown. After being away in the capital for so long, my brother Li Lian has finally come home and he's still a gutless coward. That's why I'd like to take the opportunity to beat some grit into him. Does this sound like something you can do, Arkwright Solutions? No, it doesn't, but yeah, we will. Swear to God, that's just another fucking bulletin board, which I think it is. Oh no, it's a food truck, okay. Oh, he ain't got no trouble, dude. Why don't you do the hoopty hair? Or the moon hair. Or like the fancy hair.
Because it takes time that you don't want to have me do. Because you're like, let's do this.
Yeah, well, we got to do this. Step right up, everyone. Don't be shy. Come and taste the next generation of Eastern cuisine. I've prepared plenty, so come and get as many as you like. No matter how many I eat, I never get tired of that flavor. I could have this stuff for every meal. Right? It's almost like I find something new to enjoy with every bite. I was licking my lips at the thought of a new dish. But I never thought it'd be this delicious. It's a fucking taco, dude. It's a fucking taco.
I like taco.
It's nothing to write home on. It's a fucking taco.
Tacos are good.
Also, that's Southern cuisine. Yeehaw and fucking
Yeah, it is.
old El Paso and partner and whatnot. I just can't stop eating them. Damn Asian taco. This stuff might even be better than the palatial duck. Looks like business is booming. This must be the new food truck Mei Jin mentioned. Oh, just looking at it's making me hungry. Since we're here and all, do you think maybe we could grab some too? No tacos for fairies. To be honest, I've been wanting to try them myself. Sure, I don't see why not. Sounds like they're not hurting for ingredients though. Maybe they'll have some info for us. And so Van and the others moved to the back of the line to patiently wait their turn. Luckily, they had avoided coming during the lunch rush. The group had only had to wait about 10 minutes before finding themselves at the counter. That's still a long time to wait to be seated. Welcome. What can I get you today? We take great pride in everything we serve. I'm not too familiar with this new Eastern cuisine, actually. Got any recommendations? I'd say our most popular dish right now is our Millennium Duck. We use the traditional Palladial duck as the inspiration for our recipe. But prepping the duck takes a lot of work and it can get pretty expensive, right? So after years of hard work and research, we've come up with something even tastier than the original, and without having to break the bank. You know, I've had real Palladial duck over at the Kowloon Hotel's restaurant before. This sounds like it could be pretty great if it actually holds up. Palladial duck, that's the name. The name makes it sound so expensive. It's nice that we get to try something like that on the cheap. At first I thought it was some form of Eastern crepe, but it seems to be stuffed Lao Bing that's been folded like a taco. It is a fucking taco. Even Rosette knows it's a goddamn. Given how simple it is to eat on the go, I can see why it would be so popular. I guess that's part of what makes it taste so good. Well, we'll take one of each then. Thank you for your business. Enjoy. Van and the others received their orders of Meng Zhao's Millennium Duck. By the way, I've heard that you're going to be taking part in that cook-off that's coming up. A friend asked us to help out with a bit. Think you could be our assistants? Or use our assistants? I see, that's awfully kind of you, but no, I can't really think of anything at the moment. Oh, and I'm sorry, but it looks like I've got other customers waiting. Would you mind stepping to the side? Ah, sure, sorry about that. We'll get out of your hair for now. Well, this stuff really is good. The meat's so tender, too. I'm surprised his prices are so low. Even the skin's all nice and crispy. It really gives off that authentic Palladial duck texture. Yes, the spices you use give it a very distinct flavor. It certainly leaves you wanting more. What's the matter, small fry? Don't care for it? No, it's not that. It's definitely tasty. I don't know how to put it, really. Well, don't mind me. I think the herbs used just don't agree with my stomach, that's all. That's odd. Hey.
Hi there.
Chilled Vittorino pasta. And a honey churro. A churro with plenty of butter and honey worked into it. That sounds good.
I think it's expired pigeon.
Might be expired pigeon. But there's no way we could tell because he's on this bread.
How can I help you?
Sicily, Horai Bao Bao Kai. Bao Bai Cha? 18 CP for the whole gang out of battle. It's expensive. But I don't know. I think with the Mershengarten thing, you don't really need to like super go whole hog into buying out of combat CP fillers.
I'm full.
555 to go.
This is positively delectable.
Owner, hey. He ain't having no trouble getting all that red crab. Get all that crab. He's got all the crab here. The fuck? Give me some of that crab. Oh, Mr. Arkrag, what brings you to our humble establishment today? Give me some crab. Fresh crab. We heard you were planning to participate in the Great Long Pork Cook-Off. Mason asked us if you wouldn't mind helping you out. Ah, I see. Always so selfless, that one. I'm a little surprised that you guys are going to be taking part, though. Sounds like the different houses in Hayway have a bit of a stake in this whole thing. Well, you do make a fair point. But we didn't want to let Mason down after she put so much effort into putting on the event. She really has a way with people, huh? Yeah, that makes sense. She seems to do a lot for the community. Anyway, she mentioned that you guys are having trouble getting your hands on certain ingredients. Yeah, I suppose that about sums up the situation. I'm trying to figure out if we can make substitutes, but we haven't been able to obtain any Jade Dragon's Eye. I'm afraid I haven't heard of that ingredient before. Oh, right, my apologies. Jade Dragon's Eye is a top brand of longan fruit. It's extremely high quality. It's also exactly what we need to have a fighting chance at the competition. I know longan fruit. It's the stuff they always put in the Eastern medicine. All you need is some high quality longan, then easy. If it's used in medicine, then maybe there's a stock of them reserved for medicinal use somewhere. Perhaps they might even have some of a higher quality that they'd be willing to share. Seems pretty straightforward. We'll go check in with somebody who might have some medical supplies stashed away. By the way, Kuwano, have you had any other issues lately? Like somebody doing anything to mess with your food or something? Now that you mention it, we have, yeah, although it was rather minor, all things said and done. This morning I found that some of our plumbing out back was damaged. There was water everywhere. We had someone come out and fix it right away, so it wasn't a complete disaster, thankfully. But we just had new plumbing put in last year. Feels like someone did it intentionally. Yeah, that does sound pretty fishy. Might just be coincidence, but it's still worth the suspicion, I think. We can look into that more on our side, though. For now, just focus on keeping your customers fed. Thanks for all your help. I'll go ahead and get on back to work then. Be seeing you. Alright, seems like we've got a handle on how all the participants are doing now. And out of the 5 restaurants, 3 of them seem to be dealing with interference from somebody. But we still can't say for sure that it's a rival business that did it. Guiha Fandian and Horion seem to be the only 2 that were lacking ingredients. Although Miss Mason did ask us to obtain a bottle of Lao Gio as well. And Old Man Wuhan wanted some red crab. I'm pretty sure I've seen crabs like that over in the Second Ward's waterways. They were fat, juicy looking ones too. They ought to be good enough. I think I last spotted them over by the cigar shop. In that case, let's head over and see if we can catch one real quick. I know they're supposed to be rare, but we should be able to find a few with shard search. Those Jade Dragon Eyes will probably have to rely on someone with medical supplies. I might suggest Lonkai Clinic or the Septian Chapel. They are both known to mix herbal remedies. One or the other should suffice, I would think. That just leaves Lao Zhu that Meijin was asking for. I'm not positive, but I know a guy who might be able to get his hands on some. Anyway, let's get out there, find what we can, and keep an eye out for anything suspicious. Yes, sir. Alright. So. Damn. Snow crab. That's blue. Yeah, this is a rather involved one. This is a rather involved force being.
Earning our bread today.
I think they have to make them more or less rather involved because I think each chapter has less because there's more chapters to go through.
I see.
Well, more quote-unquote chapters.
Yeah.
Heavenly Mother, please watch.
Give me stuff. Oh, hello, Aaron, and I believe I've seen the rest of you around before as well. Is something the matter? Well, you see, we know a guy that's looking for a type of longan fruit called Jade Dragon's Eye. We know they can be pretty rare, but we were hoping you might be willing to share a few with us, if you have any, that is. Jade Dragon's Eye, you say? Why, yes, we actually do have a few of those. They're quite useful for the church's medicinal mixtures, so we make sure to procure some periodically. Although I hear that supply chain disruptions have been making it difficult to get a hold of them. Yeah, that's why we ended up coming to you for help. Apparently, Horion and Newtown won't be able to make their dish for the big cook-off without them. Oh, I had no idea. Well, in that case, let me provide you with as many as you need. This is the dumbest thing. The Great Chili Cook-Off, or medicine to keep people alive. But the Great Chili Cook-Off.
The Great Chili Cook-Off.
But keeping people alive. Great Chili Cook-Off. That's so.
Chili.
Oh, it's for some useless food and a big cook-off? Big chili champs? Oh, then here, just take it all. It's not like it cures cancer or anything. So these are Jade Dragon's Eyes. They're a lot bigger and smoother than your typical longan fruit. You sure you're okay with giving us this many, though? Considering recent events, I would like to do my part to ease everyone's spirits as much as possible. We're extremely grateful for your assistance, sir. I am curious, though. You all have been recruited to help with the contest, yes? Yeah, that's right. Is there something else you think we should know about? Well, it's just that there's this young man named Meng Zhao. This will be his first time competing in this cook-off. However, I'm a bit concerned by the throngs of people that suddenly seem wound up over his food. I mean, when something's that popular, you're bound to have some people who go completely nuts over it. Pokemon cards. Indeed. In fact, a very passionate fan recommended that I try the dish as well, so I went to go and sample some. But when I arrived, I was informed that it only just sold out. I still have yet to try one. Dang, that's some unfortunate timing. Still, I'm surprised they'd run out so suddenly. Meng Zhao made it sound like he had plenty while we were there. In any case, We've been asked to deal with any problems that might pop up during the cook-off. We'll do everything in our power to make sure it goes as smoothly as possible, so try and relax and enjoy yourself. I will, and please, let me know if you need help with anything else in the meantime.
Like, I know they may not have a reason to bring it up, but I wonder if he tried it, if he could discern that something was wrong with the food.
Possibly.
Because, like, Fairy has always had to kind of, like, I'm imagining that Fairy would, at some point would have had to kind of tough it out, so, like, her getting sick over food
Would probably be no bueno.
Right.
And then Van probably noticed something off too, because, you know, he's got a discernible palate, even if it is only for sweets. I'm sure you can figure something out. Hey, Jigen, mind if I ask you for a little favor? Of course, what's going on this time, Van? Looking in some kind of antique? Sort of. Actually, it's got something to do with your hobby. You've always had a thing for vintage wines, right? Oh, I get it now. Guess it wouldn't be too surprising for him to have a bottle lying around. We're looking for Tianfeng Quan. It's from a brewery that closed down a while back. You know it? Whoa, hold on there. That's what you're looking for? You're kidding. So you do have it. Well, it wouldn't do me any good to lie about it. Yeah, I've actually got 3 bottles. The only thing is, I bought them for myself. Wasn't exactly planning on selling them off. Oh, come on, man. If you've got 3, why not suck it up and sell us one? Because it's not available to the public.
Million.
I didn't buy 3 because I was planning to sell any. 1 was to drink, 1 was to keep in storage, and the last one was for spreading the good word. What? I'm going to be real with you here for a minute. I love cake, but even I don't buy extra for storing or proselytizing. Be honest, man. If you knew they wouldn't go bad, you totally would. Anyway, if you've got 1 for spreading the word, then this seems like a pretty good opportunity, don't you think, to give it to us to spread the word? Come on, share the love, buddy. What do you mean? You see, the Great Longport Cook-Off is coming up, and Meijin wants that wine to use for her entry. If she wins using your spirit Tianfeng Quan, there might be a whole new run on the stuff. That's true. If there's enough good publicity, maybe someone might consider investing in rebuilding the brewery. I see. I hadn't thought of it that way. Alright, you lot have convinced me. God, you and your golden tongue. But I'm still a businessman. I insist on being paid appropriately for it. Meijin already gave us the okay to put it on her tab, so just charge it to her, okay? Yay!
2 million.
Sounds good. Give Meijin my best. It'll be worth it if I get some good buzz from my store. Well, that part's out of our hands. Thanks for the bottle, though. Okay. So we are done here. Just in case. I know there's no longer a green exclamation mark here, but I want to go see if they also have some of the Jade Dragon's Eye.
Allow me to assist.
Can't assist nothing, but assist.
Hope to see you again.
Randy works in the pharmacy in the capital. Stopped by for a moment ago. It was quite a surprise. I think it's been about 4 years since I saw him last, but he looks the same as ever. Honestly, it's like he hasn't aged a day. Good for him. Good. Nothing. Alright. Let's go catch a curb.
Good enough.
Let's go catch a curb.
Car battle.
You can see his little tail fin wiggle waggle. Give me more shard tokens. I could really go for a hot bath. I was so tempted to drop by here yesterday after we wrapped up work. Yeah, but we didn't have time, and even if we did, I doubt we would have been in the mood for it. I settled for a shower at the hotel, but it didn't get rid of the fatigue. Heck, I'm still kind of worn out. In that case, how about we make a quick stop? I believe a change of pace could do us all some good. The maid's encouraging us to slack off? Damn, all Gehenna must have broke loose when I wasn't looking. Yes. This is the stuff. You said it, old man.
You're really giving off 40-year-old man vibes right now. Sure you're 25?
You sure you don't want an ass kicking?
Can it with the old man bit for a second, will ya? Let me enjoy this. And don't forget that you're gonna be 25 in 5 or so years too. When people start calling you old, I'll be the one having the last laugh.
I'm gonna be young at heart for life. Just you wait. Even at 50, I'm gonna be cast in loads of female theater roles.
Yeah, because you fucking ugly. Too ugly to be a man.
My seduction act's leveled up since our long lie trip, you know. See?
That did it for you. That's what you read about.
No, that's just like I've seen dudes kissing. That's still the gayest thing I've ever seen.
Uh-huh.
Oh, for the love of Adios. You're such a damn brat, you know that? Oh well. I can endure your shenanigans when I'm here.
Yeah.
This is the epitome of relaxation. Even you seem to have loosened up a bit too. Someone harmed your family. I know for sure that you're pissed, as you should be. But you haven't gone rushing off on your own, which is exactly what the Aaron of last year would have done. That's a sure sign that you're growing up.
And it with the grown
You
up.
can see right through me.
But I can.
I just learned that there's only so much I can do alone. I pounded that lesson into my head.
Good. Oh yeah, he's super demon.
I'm not relying on you, Fairy, or anyone else. I'm just not turning down hands when they're outstretched. If I'm gonna fend off the thing that's inside me, and if I want to prove that I'm different from it, to accept help from others.
Yeah.
And you've been thinking the exact same thing. After all, you did just say you'll be laughing at me in 5 or so years. Thinking about the future. That's a sure sign you're growing up.
Oh, fuck off, Aaron.
Way to throw my words back in my face.
That's what I do. I'm young. I have time.
We really ought to pull ourselves together, don't you think?
Hey!
Oh.
Hands off the hair!
We can hear you guys, you know. You sound stupid.
It's not often that you and I get to share that together.
I suppose you aren't wrong. Although, I have accompanied you a number of times at one of the public baths in the capital.
Yeah, but this is different. It's special.
By the way, I noticed you've grown a little since our stay in Longlai.
Yeah, up but not out.
I can't really tell myself.
Well, you're almost 14 now. So I would expect a growth spurt or two in the coming years. Bear in mind, though, that even with an organic body, you will not grow much once you've reached adulthood.
In fact, you start shrinking.
I wonder if I'll find the answer I'm looking for by then.
Nope.
Is something on your mind?
Oh, it's nothing. Just spaced out for a sec. Hey, Rosette? I need your advice on something. How can I, become like you and Agnes? What do I have to do?
Go back in time. Get a different mother.
It seems she is coming into her womanhood.
Oh, she's not, and that's her problem.
Alright, I think I'm ready to hop into the sauna. Time for my revenge. You're not beating me this time.
Can we not? I'm so sick of these dumbass endurance contests. I've told you, saunas are a sacred...
Oh, what's the matter? Can't handle the heat, old man?
Aw, don't tell me you're leaving already.
Huh? What? Shizuna, what the fuck are you doing in here?
What are you doing here?
Oh, you know, I heard you guys were in here and thought it'd be fun to hang. So, here I am.
I mean... Cool? Like, she's not ashamed. She's just like, oh, that seems like fun. Let's hang. Let's do dudes.
Dudes.
What's wrong? You look like you've just seen a ghost.
Go on your side.
I'm more interested in how the fuck she got in here without us noticing. I mean, she is the divine blade of void, but... we don't want her over here. She crazy. Zuna Rem Misurugi.
Oh, so mixed baths aren't a thing here? That's weird.
That's fair.
No one stopped her.
Nobody can. She's ridiculously strong.
Also, they probably would assume that she would know to go to the correct one, but it don't matter. Apparently.
Oh well, at least it was only Van and Aaron, so it's no biggie.
What do you mean, only? How's that supposed to mean? Yes, I had heard mixed baths were a custom of the Far East. Men and women who've never met before, sharing a bath, that kind of thing would never happen in the Central East. Didn't the person at the front desk try and stop you? There you're gonna
Yes.
Nah, I was in stealth mode. I totally forgot to turn off my camouflage when I came into town. Oh. Okay. I have no words. Anywho, this almond ice cream is amazing. It's just the thing I needed after that hot bath. We might be able to go get some. Might. We still fat, but you're dying, so. Glad I took your recommendation. And I'm glad you liked it. Don't you just love that almond jelly flavor and the exquisite velvety sensation in your mouth? It's the quintessential dessert of the Eastern Quarter. If you don't get a taste of this every chance you get, then what are you even living for? There he goes again. You done with your dumb sweets rant? Great. Now let's talk about shit that's actually important.
Okay.
Hey, they're important to me. Now then, we have a few questions for you. Chief among them being, what brings Ikaruga second in command to Longport? And you're not in your usual combat attire. What's with the wardrobe change? Oh, this I spotted in one of the shops and thought, ooh, I have to have that. Though I really don't know much about Western style clothing or fashion. Does it look weird on me? Nah, you look great.
It looks nice.
Nah, I think it suits you. You're beautiful. Well, I guess it's true that you don't stick out as much as this compared to that battle suit. But that's neither here nor there. Oh, why are you so tense? I'm not here to fight. I swear, this meeting was a total coincidence. Things died down a little with my main gig, so I thought I'd take some time off. I'm here on vacation. Well, aside from me picking up the occasional odd job here and there, a girl needs spending money. Look at you, going through life without a single care in the world. When you're this strong, you can do what you want. That odd job bit is suspicious enough on its own, but I can't help but wonder what the main gig could be. Does that mean that whatever they were up to in Long Lai is finished? There are some things in life you're better off not asking about. Fair enough. Hey, did you just read my mind again? Stop that! You truly are an enigmatic figure. Anyway, I just came to this town on a whim. And it's a good thing I did too. Things are getting pretty interesting around here. Word is that there's been some faction disputes within Heiwei. This whole place is like a powder keg set to blow. Your concept of interesting is pretty screwed up. You realize that, right? What, you get your sick kicks from watching people suffer? Well, when you put it like that, it makes me sound pretty heartless, huh? Nah, honestly, I'm mostly just interested in that foremost fighter person. Oh right, we heard about him from Jack yesterday. He hasn't made any moves yet, at least none that we've heard of. Not to change the topic, but do you mind if I ask you something? You know any good sightseeing spots here, or maybe some fun activities? Huh? Well, that was random. Thanks to everything going on behind the scenes, most of the tourist attractions are closed. I really want to do the eroded cave tour, but no dice. Oh yeah, we did that last year as part of Ashton's request. That attraction's run by Heiwei. Now that I think about it, I don't think they've done any tours since the beginning of the year. Is it possible they closed off for the winter season? No, they're supposed to be running them year-round. Anyway, we didn't come here to be your personal tour guide. If you want one, go ask someone else. Wow, so cold. You got a block of ice for our heart, or something? Well, I better get back to work. Got another one of those odd jobs to do. Good luck with whatever you're up to. Though I have a feeling we'll be bumping into each other again real soon. That crazy lady's taking a real shine to us, huh? She'd be so much less of a hassle to deal with if she was just some battle-crazy idiot. Here, I thought this would be a good chance to relax and unwind, but now I feel even more exhausted than before. Same, back in the bath. I wonder what her odd jobs entail exactly. Who knows? No use racking our brains over it. Well, wasn't expecting all of that now. But I also don't think that counted as using the bath. So I'm gonna use it again.
I hate getting sweaty, but I could get used to this.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Back in business, baby.
Business back in baby.
Warm out there. You hear?
Oh, you here? That's right.
Just one more quick.
This is an adequate spot for fishing. I'm curious to see how well I'll perform. Oh,
Show us your skills with their line, Rosette. We did it.
I'm happy to report I caught one.
Caught a red crab. Haha, looks like we got ourselves a big one. Not sure what Wuhan's planning to make with it, but he shouldn't have any complaints about a crab this big. I suppose just move on to the next item then. Hey, did you hear about what happened with Yonsu over at Taoyuan restaurant? Sure did. Guess he's going to be competing in the cook-off after all. Seems like trouble follows that guy everywhere he goes. Yeah, all that business with the Lai family had already had him in a real tizzy. And you know just how weird he can be. For somebody so hard to please, he sure is awkward. Maybe that's what makes his food so good, though. Alright, looks like we got everyone's missing ingredients. We heard a few interesting tidbits of info along the way, too. We should probably deliver the ingredients to each of the shops and then head back to Meishan's place. We even got the Laoju that she was after. We should get back to her as soon as she has time to prep the dish. Alright, returned to Meishan and told her about everything they learned. I'm so glad I put out that request. I feel much better about putting on the cook-off now. It's all part of the job. There's still some time left before the event is scheduled to start, by the way. I'm sure you must be tired, so you're more than welcome to rest here before we begin. Not a bad idea. Sorry, we still have a few things we need to do first. We'll be back in a bit. Of course, please take your time. We're gonna save before we undertake the great chili cook-off.
Chili, yum yum.
I don't like chili, but I like tacos. I could go for some tacos.
To Laifu Fondian.
I'm also...
Okay, there's any fucking name. No. No, I don't want to make the heart with you now.
Oh, I didn't know that's what you were doing.
No, I don't want to make the heart with you now.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Please
I-
make the heart with
No,
me. I'm
I
sorry.
no,
I
you.
didn't know that's what it was.
I want to make the heart with you now. You broke mine.
No.
No,
No, not the people who...
Anyway. Okay, the great chili cook-off.
Oh, I thought we had to go to the other places.
No, we already delivered their
Oh.
shit. I thought. Cause like it.
Did it just auto do it?
I think it did.
What are we waiting for?
That's the theater request.
Ah,
we have
okay,
to
okay,
start.
Alright.
Yeah, I think it did.
Waiting
Okay.
for.
Double check.
No, I'm sure you're right.
That's the Bracer Guild request.
Yep. Nope, I don't know why I thought we'd have to deliver it all to the people. But I guess
Because it would make sense we did. Because he said, let's go deliver it all to the people.
be done.
Welcome to Laifu Fondian.
Laifu Fondian. Wait for the great chili cook-off. Alright, we'll take you up on that. Can't hurt to decompress a little bit for the great chili cook-off. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's your Laoju. That's the Tian Fan Quan. I can't believe you managed to find some. Well, I had a few connections. He wasn't able to give it to me for free, though, so I hope you don't mind that I asked him to send the bill your way. Of course. 4 million. Not at all. This will be just what my dish needs. You hyped it up so much, I'm sure it won't disappoint. Sounds like we've got plenty to look forward to, at least. Anyway, let's wait here until the time for the event to start.
Oh.
What?
I wonder if waiting will give us a bad end.
What do you mean waiting? We had to wait.
Oh, yeah.
There was nothing to do. We literally just chilling while we wait for the participants to show up. Looks like the participants are filing in, and are those the judges? Yeah, with Meishan on both hosting duty and participating, they had to call in some impartial third-party judges. Usually the judges are the non-participating shop owners, folks from the Chamber of Commerce, you know, stuffy people like that. I guess it's time for the battle to begin. Yeah, there's still a bit before they get started, though. I'm actually going to step away for a minute. I might not be back in time for the opening ceremony, but you guys have a good time without me. Huh? I thought you wanted to make sure the competition went smoothly. But I was so excited for us to all watch together. It's no big deal, just something I wanted to look into real quick. I'll be back as soon as I can. I wonder what's wrong. It's nothing. First time he's gone off on his own, I'm sure he'll be fine. Well, it's unfortunate that we were unable to hold our competition at the Kowloon Hotel as planned. It is Laifu Fondian's sincere pleasure to host this year's Great Longport Chili Cook-Off. I'm sure you all must have a lot on your minds given everything that's happened in Longport recently. The man sure is taking his time. I know he said he might not make it back in time for the opening ceremony, but hey, you see that guy in the end over there? Isn't that the head chef from Taoyuan? Yeah, he looks kind of grouchy. I'm surprised they'd send him an invitation given the situation. Maybe that's what Van's looking into right now. No, it's gotta be Food Truck Man. We can worry about that later. Looks like the show's about to get started. Alright, our first contestant is from Wuhan, from Guiha Fandian. A beloved stop in the Eastern Quarter for travelers and locals alike. Oh, a red crab dish. Hey, that's quite an expensive ingredient for a place like Guihua. Why is everybody got shit on all of this? What the fuck, dude? Well, I thought it might be good to go off for a change. The fairly standard Longport style steamed crab. Given the quality of the ingredients, I hope you find it to your liking.
Crab.
We did not catch that many crab.
Crab.
This is making me hungry. He did a really good job with that red crab. I guess the old man Wuhan is capable of some pretty fancy stuff and he puts his mind to it. We should have been judges too. Oh my, that was quite excellent. You can really taste how fresh the crab is.
I just got it.
I was literally about to say you can really taste the crab because like it's crab. Of course you can taste the crab. All he did is literally put crab on a plate. It's just crabs. Oh, here's my famous crab. Here's my famous just crabs. Oh, that one's still alive. There you go. Fresher than fresh. Still, as excellent as the ingredients may be, I think it's lacking a little something. Yes, everything else. Yes, if only I had something extra to draw out all of the flavors.
Ah, dang.
For my dish, I prepared a stew containing assorted seafood from all the eastern coastline. I call it Fo Tiao Dan. The dried goods work together to create a multifaceted soup stock with harmonious flavor. Oh, I've heard of this soup before. I'm told it's exquisite. It's just soup with a lump in it. It's just broth lump. Lumpy broth. Impressive. That certainly seems like a dish worthy of Horion. Yeah, their food draws from the elements of Long Lai's cuisine and other Far Eastern places. You can tell a lot of care went into making it. While I usually prefer my food Longport style, I do get in the mood for some stuff like that every now and again. This is fantastic work. Exactly what I'd expect from Horion. There's a bitterness and odor that's not unlike some herbs used in Eastern medicine. But the way it's blended together, in terms of taste and aroma, are top class. The most impressive thing is the longan fruit. This is Jade Dragon's Eye, isn't it? It provides an excellent accent to the flavor. Looks like you're next, Yonsu. I know a lot has happened recently, but I trust you've been doing alright since then? For the most part, yes. Today I have prepared abalones in a thick glaze. The glaze itself is made from dried shark's fin and edible bird's nest. So, the most unedible part of both those things. I commend you for using such high-quality seafood. I should have expected nothing less from the head chef of such a refined establishment. It's a bowl and a bowl and a bowl. That's the Live Family's restaurant for you. Just rich enough to have bad taste. Seems as though the judges are responding quite favorably to it, though. That was excellent. You certainly made the most of those ingredients. Yes, I agree. It feels like a very tried-and-true approach. Next up, we have my sister. She has no name. She's just my sister. For today's competition, I've prepared a unique free-range chicken dish called Bajunji. I'm especially proud of this one. It's chicken steamed with carefully selected wine and spices to help bring out a lovely aroma. I can make that for you. I've heard much about you, Meishin. I'm impressed that you've earned the rank of Tejichushi at such a young age. I'm looking forward to seeing the skills you developed from your days back at Kowloon Hotel. It's finally Meishin's turn, but Van's still not back yet. Yeah, you should have at least been here for her presentation, especially considering she's using the Laoju we obtained for her. Oh my, this is fantastic. The various fragrances combined with such a delicate taste, and all the while preserving the delicious flavor of the chicken itself. It's marvelous work. That's certainly not all. I can tell there's something special about the wine you simmered with the chicken in. It takes the bird's light flavors and colors it with spices, resulting in a superb balance. Finding the right wine to produce such a near-perfect dish must have been next to impossible. Yes, I was confident that it would all come together if I used Jiangfeng Quan. That famous wine? I see. Now I understand why the taste was so familiar. It makes it all the more regrettable that the brewery closed down some time ago. Yes, I would love to see it make a resurgence someday. Great job, sis. For my first cook-off, I'll be entering my renowned tacos. The seasoning is sure to hook you in the most discerning palate. I call it Walmart Taco Bell seasonings. Oh, so this is the dish that's been so popular lately. Let's give it a taste then. It's hard to describe, but it's completely captivating. With this flavor and aroma, it's like I can't stop myself. I've never had anything like it. Drugs.
Oh.
This is the first time I've ever experienced anything like this. How did you prepare such a delightful concoction? Let's just say I put a lot of work into my secret ingredient. I feel completely blindsided. It must be even better than I heard. I just wonder... No way. I mean, his food was good and everything, but don't you think they're exaggerating? Sounds like the winner's been decided already. I'm surprised he managed to reel in all 3 judges. Hold on a minute. Oh, damn it. Looks like I'm too late. Damn right you are. Where you been, man? The cook-off's almost over. Wait, why is Doc Long Kai with you? I told you I had to look into something, didn't I? It just took a little longer than expected. Look, I hate to do this in the middle of such a big event, but there's a problem with Meng Zhao's cooking. Not only are you interrupting the competition, but now you're trying to slander me? It ain't slander. I kept some of the food we bought from you in some containers. I had Dr. Long Kai examine some of it, and boy, there sure is one hell of a secret ingredient you got there. Indeed, one of the so-called spices we found in his Millennium Duck is luo kikao. My medical herb compendium listed as a hallucinogen. One with pleasurable but addictive side effects. God damn, I am so fucking good. I am so good at all the things. So that's why Fairy was feeling like, oh.
Yeah.
These days it's considered to be quite the rarity. I'm curious how you managed to come up upon so much of it. You found something that dangerous? What should we do? Are we going to be okay? Fortunately, it's not toxic as to directly affect the body unless routinely ingested. It can be counteracted through treatment from most practitioners of Eastern medicine, including myself. There's no need for panic. But the fact that remains that this guy deceived everyone into eating his drugged food. I am just top of the tier notches of the best. That explains why I felt so weird when I tried it earlier. You bastard, you had to go and pull something like this on top of all the other crap we've been dealing with from Heiyue? How horrible. You're a disgrace to all chefs. No, you don't even deserve to carry that title. But how did you manage to supply himself with so much of such a rare herb? His prices were rather low, too. That's right. How would I ever have gotten my hands on the stuff in the first place? If you only tested one batch, and who's to say somebody didn't plant it there just to make me look bad? True, I guess it would be pretty difficult for you to gather a stock of something so uncommon, if you were working alone, that is. But what if someone with access to it was working behind the scenes to help you out? See, somebody's been sabotaging the other businesses, and the only places unaffected were your food truck and the Taoyuan restaurant. But that, compared to you, Taoyuan doesn't have that much of a motive. I see, practically everyone here in Longport's got their eye on the Lai family right now, so something like this would be the final nail in their coffin. But you, on the other hand, had the perfect motive for getting your hands on those herbs, and for finding someone to get them for you. Yeah, and to make sure his collaborator wouldn't lose face, he had to be sure he'd win. That's why he started messing with the other restaurant. So, to sum it up, that about sum it up, Meng Zhao? I don't know what you're talking about. You're just out to get me. I would never vandalize Horion or Lai Fufandian. I mean, that's odd. I didn't say a thing about anyone being vandalized. You sure seem awfully knowledgeable about it, though. Just give yourself up already. There's no getting out of it now. With this much evidence, we won't even need to get Heiyue involved. Care to tell us about how you procure those herbs? Gah! Looks like the jig is up. Oh man, how am I going to explain this to him? After Van's confrontation, both braces and police officers arrived on the scene to escort Meng Zhao away. With his disqualification, the judges of the Great Long Lai Cook-Off had a moment to reconvene. Well, in spite of that little incident, the judges had now concluded their deliberation. Do we have a verdict on the winner? We do. The dish that's shown the best and brightest among all those we've sampled this evening? Better be her. Was that of Lai Fufandian's very own Mei Jin? Really? I'm honored. Way to go, Mei Jin. In that end, we decided it was your use of Lao Ju that truly won us over. Thank you so much. I promise to keep aiming for even greater heights. It's what my father would have wanted. Who would have thought that that wine would end up being the deciding factor? I guess it was worth the effort after all. After Meng Zhao's misdeeds were revealed, albeit in a rather unexpected manner, the cooking competition came to a close. The participants, having learned a few new things about their cooking, headed back to their respective businesses. Thank you again for all your help with this year's cook-off. Although I feel like the only reason I won was because you were able to find that Qiang Feng Quan. So? It's an ingredient.
Yeah.
Nah, that was at least a little push to... That was just a last little push to put you over the edge. Even without the wine, you've been getting nothing but rave reviews. Your skill's the real deal. But be that as it may, it's only because of you that Meng Zhao was exposed for what he really is. Yeah. Yeah, and Doc Long Kai said it's a good thing you stopped him when you did. You caught it right before his regular customers would have started getting sick from the stuff. He said they should be fine if they can go without it for about a week. I'm just surprised we even noticed something was off. I definitely thought it was odd how strongly people were reacting to his food, but I never imagined... Yeah, that was part of it, but the thing that really tipped me off was the fact that he was avoiding serving people with the knowledge of medicine. Oh, yeah, you called it. Yeah, you called it too. Remember what Father Ho Sheng said over at the chapel told us? He said that when we went to give a dish a try, they told him they were fresh out. Yet when we were there, he made it sound like he had more than enough to go around. He didn't seem the least bit worried about meeting demand. It felt like a pretty unlikely coincidence to me, so I figured I should look into it. Yeah, the timing on that was just a little too perfect. By the way, you mentioned that drug he was using is pretty rare. Ever figure out how we got the stuff? I accessed our databases, but I haven't been able to determine a possible access channel. According to the police, even Meng Zhao didn't know much about his collaborator's origin. So in other words, he was probably being used. The only question is, what would somebody have to gain from having a cook feed hallucinogens to the general public? You said it. That's the only thing I can think of is that they were using it as some sort of test. Maybe it was to see how far they could push the law while still keeping under the radar. God, looks like the jig is up. Oh man, how am I going to explain this to him? Dan? Oh, sorry, I was just thinking. Anyway, I think that ought to take care of your request for now. We've got other business to attend to, so we'll catch you later. Of course, I'm so glad I turned to you for help. Please feel free to stop by any time.
Food will be good. Some of the stuff you made will be good.
Extra law Bauer. Well, that took for fucking ever.
Thanks a bunch.
Okay, but I have to go buy the chicken. Alright, we'll probably be right back in a bit.
Indeed. Indeed.
Let's see here. What did I need to pick up next?
Very well.
Alright. We're back. I had to show the wife some stuff on the computer and order some food, because I'm getting hungry. Hey everybody, Ark Nova here.
And focus you.
Getting back to some more stuff. Last we left off, we did so much stuff. And now we're doing so much more stuff. God, I hope these I hope these friggin' I just hope these next two upcoming 4 SPGs aren't going to be as lengthy and annoying. That was really involved. But I feel like they're all going to be involved because there's less of them per chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Are you the Minho that sent out the 4 SPG requests? I see you've got Heron with you too. Thank you for coming, Spriggan. Yes, I'm Minho with Red Star. And you've brought Aaron along. That's very encouraging. Hell yeah, man. With me on board, it's always smooth sailing. Anyway, what's this I hear about the Dragon Chariot going missing? It was over in the main plaza till yesterday, wasn't it? I have a question, actually. What exactly is a Dragon Chariot? Oh, right. I suppose if you're not from Longport, you probably wouldn't be too familiar with it. It's a yearly tradition, kind of a symbolic thing. Every year, the most influential people in Heiwei invest large sums of mirror into prepping a high-class luxury car to put on display. Then they show it off at the Lunar New Year festival to impress anyone with eyes. It's to make sure everyone knows how rich and powerful Heiwei is. I hear in the old days they used to do it with boats and ox carts. Ever since the Red Star came around, though, luxury orbital cars have been the staple. After the festival, it gets toured around to every location you can think of before eventually being auctioned off. Auctioned off? Then I suppose the Eastern Theater serves as the auction house? That's correct. In fact, the Dragon Chariot was supposed to be brought into the theater today, but we were actually having a meeting about it. Unfortunately, just as we were getting ready to proceed, it disappeared. If we don't do something, our company will be out a huge investment, and that's not even to mention how much it'll inconvenience our partners in Heiwei. Is there any way we can enlist your services to help retrieve the Dragon Chariot? Well, what do you say, old man? Let's see. A car? Sure. Alright, we'll take the case. Heiwei's not really the place to deal with this right now, and I've had my fair share of experience with stuff like this. Besides, as a casual fan of orbital cars myself, casual, I want to see whoever stole that beauty brought to justice. Casual fan, he says. But I'm with you. We can't just let some 2-bit thieves get away with something like this. I appreciate your support. To be honest, I was pretty worried you might not take the job. It's an incredibly expensive vehicle, after all. If you don't manage to get it back, Red Star will be at a huge financial loss. This may be relevant to the investigation, but exactly how much is the Dragon Cart worth? Let's see. The chassis base is one of Red Star's more pricey models, the Nexus 3. And then you've got the embossing work from a first-class professional, the pure gold ornamental pieces, the gold outer coating. The manufacturing cost alone would be 30 million Mira. 30 million Mira? I can't believe someone would pay that much for a single car. And when it comes time to auction, the highest bidding price usually goes well beyond the original value. There's no doubt the thieves would be able to make rather significant profit from it. I imagine they mean to use the money to fund their criminal activities. From a risk management perspective, this case seems absolutely critical. Alright, first things first. I need you two to tell me of all the details about how the car was being transported to the theater. Any moments you can think of where the car could have been stolen? Yes, you see, the Red Star crew started moving it into the theater around 5 hours ago. They finished about 4 hours ago, after which everyone decided to leave. Unfortunately, right around that time, there was one issue that cropped up. It prevented us from being able to keep a proper eye on the chariot. Oh, what happened? As soon as they started bringing the car in, the revenue service decided to show for an audit. Sneaky suspicious. Mm-hmm. We were so busy dealing with them, there was no time for anything else. Seems like it took forever, too. The auditors only left a few minutes ago. An audit from the revenue service, huh? So that's how it all ties together. And right after Fan Lu just got arrested on false charges of tax evasion. It makes sense that the other businessmen would start being suspected of fraud too, but you gotta admit, the timing's pretty suspicious. Yes, it's hard to believe it's a coincidence. Either the criminal knew the revenue service's exact schedule, or perhaps, I'm ashamed at our lack of vigilance, but because there are so many crew members on hand, we have assumed everything would be fine. Perhaps some of them noticed something we didn't. Don't you think you should have given them more clear instructions? You guys are the ones in charge, after all. Well, either way, it wouldn't be a bad idea to ask around inside the theater. We just need to take it slow and trace their path, step by step. Let's get to it.
Commencing mission. I can barely contain myself.
I know, Aaron brings a lot out of you. Aaron is the moneymaker. Crazy, like I pick up shard token after freaking shard token, but it still feels like I should have been well beyond 10,000 tokens by now. But I'm not. I'm still lacking. Fuck.
Why don't we see?
No. I'll buy another apricot kernel soda because I can. Here, and I can.
What would you like?
The Peony Blade script.
Please stop by again sometime.
What's up, Fuka? Sorry to bug you. Aaron? What can I do for you? Actually, those people with you, aren't they? Yeah, we just have a few questions we'd like to ask you. You heard about the dragon chariot being stolen, right? Yes, I have. In fact, I even gave them a bit of a hand when they were bringing it in. But I'm sorry, I really don't have any idea when it was taken. Even the smallest detail you can remember might help us. Did you notice anything felt off at the time? I think I might have been a bit paranoid, but I guess there was one thing. About 3 hours ago, someone from Red Star came back to the theater with a big truck. I assumed it was just some additional servicing that needed to be done, but I was so busy at the time, I wasn't able to pay that much attention. That certainly does sound strange. According to Minho, the crew started leaving the theater around 4 hours ago. Even if they had forgotten to take care of something, it would be unusual to send a single person without informing anyone beforehand. And Minho had his hands full with the revenue service right after the actual Red Star crew left. That would have been the best time to get the car out without anyone noticing. Yeah, and I'm betting that Red Star guy she saw was a fake. If he played the part well enough, no way you blink an eye if he stole the car. I'm so sorry, if I had paid more attention, this wouldn't have happened. Nah, it's not your fault, Fuka. Still, don't you think a truck big enough to haul the Dragon Chariot would stand out in a place like Longport? It'd take quite a while to find a place to hide it. Maybe someone involved in transporting the goods might know something. Now that I think about it, the delivery guy, Anthony, runs mail all over town. He's probably got a few contacts in the shipping industry. Wouldn't be surprised if he knows something. Let's get going then.
We go.
And so we go. Newtown is where we got to go. We are not at Newtown.
Let's do this.
Do the thing.
We knew the thing. I know the thing.
You do.
I know of drugs. I know of the treacherous.
Got a question for you.
A truck carrying heavy cargo, huh? Well, I mean, Longport is a harbor city. It's not really unusual to see trucks that big every now and then. But actually, now that I think about it, I do remember seeing a large Red Star truck headed for the harbor district around from the time you mentioned. And you haven't noticed any changes in the area lately, have you? Any workers you haven't seen before renting out storage spaces or boats? Nah, I can't say that I have. Oh, but maybe? Something jog your memory? Well, you remember that warehouse where there was a murder about half a year ago, right? After that happened, most people around here didn't want a thing to do with it. But just recently, one of my clients, a guy named Lai Hong, said his company decided to start renting it. Heard they stopped using it, though. Was wondering if maybe something could happen. Oh, that warehouse. Guess it makes sense people would be avoiding the place. The fact that somebody wanted to rent it at all smells pretty fishy to me. It's also more than big enough to hide not just the car, but the truck carrying it, too. Looks like the harbor's our only lead right now. Let's go see what we can find. Man, of all the places, why did it have to be there? No, that's the Bracer Guild quest. We don't need that yet.
Off we go.
Oh.
Oh, damn. I wonder what happened. Are you Lai Hong? We heard you're the guy that's renting this place out. Yes, that's me. Is there something I can help you with? We're in the middle of an investigation, and this warehouse came up as a spot of interest. We were told that you had to stop using this one in particular. Is that correct? Yes, that's right. My understanding is that they found some kind of issue related to last year's incident. Yesterday, someone from a security company that oversees the harbor showed up and said they'd be taking it over temporarily. Sneaky times two. And yet, did something else happen? Well, it came by here just a minute ago to take a look, and it seems somebody else has been making use of it. That shouldn't happen if the security company is keeping it under lock and key, though. That is pretty suspicious. I hate to ask, but would you mind letting us take a peek? That's fine, to be honest. I was just sitting here wondering whether I should take a look myself. If we could learn something from it, I don't see the harm. I mean, it is technically your legal space right now. Ha! I knew it. I'm guessing that's not your company's truck, huh? Definitely not. Who in the world brought this thing in here? What's the security company up to? Let's hope the Dragon Chariot is still in there. Having found a suspicious truck inside the warehouse, Van and the others quickly proceeded to check its cargo. Unfortunately, the delivery bed was completely empty. Well, that's about what I expected. This must have just been a temporary storage for them all along the way. They probably realized how likely it was for the police to check the warehouse. They picked this location as a decoy, just attempting to access the server of the security firm that controls this area. However, there's no record of any new issues being found with this particular warehouse, nor is there a record of them taking temporary custody over it. Seems like the security personnel that informed you that was supposed to issue was an imposter. I can't believe they managed to pull one over on me with such a simple disguise. I feel so foolish. Oh? Kind of sounds like something about him stood out to you. Well, you see, I couldn't help but notice his hair was a rather striking shade of green. Gave me a bit of a startle, honestly. Green hair, huh? That means he'll stand out in a crowd. At any rate, it looks like the thief brought the chariot to the harbor in this truck, and then he transferred to some other vehicle. Whether it was another truck or a boat remains to be seen, though. Let's ask around and see if we can pick up their trail. Ah, yikes. Yeah. I have a feeling when the food gets delivered, I'm going to be mad. Because they're not going to give us our fucking drink.
Leave it to me.
Leave it to Bear Mare.
That's a good law.
That's a good baby law.
Confirming surroundings. That's a good law. Now do no sweat. Confirming surroundings.
The point of that drone there, I guess. They're not using freaking shard search to freaking just take a gander and everything.
Conducting search.
What's a goose without his gander?
That's a good law. Now do I bypass the secure confirming surroundings?
Oh, get those done.
This thing's as good as unlocked.
Yay! What do I get? Quintet. Water, fire, and wind. Ooh. Let's take a gander at that. Pretty good. Pretty good.
That's one of the Marduk Company's high-speed airships.
Looks like Costume's in the middle of something.
Huh?
Got it.
Hey man, if you got time to kill, what do you say to shooting some hoops with me? Basketball, huh? Don't think this hoop was up here last time we were here. Yeah, basketball has gotten pretty popular in Lockport recently, and these guys like to challenge people to games every now and then. Anyway, why not give it a go? Yeah, I want to try. Hey, you're sounding pretty confident there. Not that I mind, of course. Alright, let's join in for a match. Normal. Oh, not in his house. Oh, he's just.
Think again. Think again.
Dude, I'm wrecking you.
Nice moves.
Get out of here. 8-0. You suck, dude.
That's a W for me.
That is a W for you. Damn, you've got skills. I thought I had that one in the bag, too. Well, loss is loss. Here's a little something for your trouble. You sure we can have this? Yeah, I think it was my way of saying thanks for the fun game. Hit me up for another round anytime. Just don't plan on clinching another win. What does her fucking thing say? Deeds are fruits. Yeah, okay, whatever.
What?
I don't fucking know, dude. I don't fucking know, dude.
Understood.
Deeds are fruits.
Take a look.
I don't know, dude. Ooh, that's good. Ew, those cloth of the four beasts. I don't know.
Is that what's actually on her thing?
Yes, that's exactly.
Let me-
Deeds are fruits.
Deeds are okay. Deeds are fruits. Okay. All right, fairy.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Okay, fairy.
Yeah, deeds are fruits. Is it almost here?
Yes.
Okay, we'll be right back then. You don't really do. Alright. Deeds are fruits and deeds.
Right. Okay. Next ship should be.
Got a question for you.
Got a green hair, Mr. Green Hair?
No green hair.
Suspicious heavy cargo, huh? No, I haven't taken on anything like that myself. Well, actually, it might not be related, but this morning, someone I've never seen before came in to charter a boat. Oh yeah? Mind telling me what they looked like? What type of boat did they rent? Well, they were a man, middle-aged Navy type. With a bit of a beard. I think he said he was an officer. No, a lieutenant colonel? I thought it was a bit odd for someone from the Navy to be renting a civilian boat, but I didn't really think much of it. I mean, we get all kinds. Still, it's not every day do you see people renting an orbital sail with a small barge attached. An orbital sail, those are the vessels with orbital engines that propel them more easily than a regular sailboat. Those engines are only auxiliary, however, as they don't provide much in the way of horsepower. That being said, if the barge is small enough to carry a single vehicle, the engine may just be sufficient enough to tow it. This Navy guy sounds like he's our target. Did the boat already leave? Yes, I barely take my eyes off them for a second before they were gone. It sounds like there's more going on here than I thought. Should I not have rented out the equipment? Nah, you've got nothing to worry about. Anyway, I think we've got a pretty good idea of the scale of this scheme now. Let's find a place where we can sort through everything we've learned so far. Well, at least now we know the entire sequence of events. So to sum it up, we have people who believe the culprit's bringing a truck to the theater, moving it to the warehouse, and then renting a boat with a barge. At every location they were disguised to look like someone who could feasibly have business there. But we were given two descriptions. A young guy with green hair dressed like a security guard and a middle-aged Navy officer. We don't know what the guy pretending to be a Red Star employee looked like, but do you think they were all different people in disguise? I have heard there's a phantom thief capable of mimicking the likeness of various people, and by himself, no less. Although he seems to be an isolated case, we should be careful not to discount the possibility that this is the work of a single individual. That's true.
Oh.
Buh.
I feel like it.
Freaking, why wouldn't Blue Blonde want the fucking 30 million mirror car to sell? That's his MO. Although, I don't know, he might consider the workmanship in it art. I don't know. Oh. Okay. I've got a feeling we're dealing with multiple culprits here. I mean, if it really was just one guy, there wouldn't be any point in making it all so complicated, right? They were probably only handing a car off to one another disguised so that it would be harder to track down. Makes sense to me. So, who's behind it? You figured out everything? You figured everything out already, haven't you? Well, the first people who come to mind are amateur thieves. I'm thinking it might just be a small group of amateur thieves. If a bigger organization was involved, they would have put together a plan with a higher chance of success. These guys prepped the warehouse and boat right before committing the crime, which makes me think there wasn't a whole lot of brainpower involved. I mean, regardless of speculation, though, they did still manage to get away with it. I agree. Looking at their plan, it seems to be a bit rushed and simplistic. It was put together very haphazardly. They seem to have only succeeded by being well coordinated and light on their feet. I must say, it also seems unlikely that the visit from the Revenue Service had anything to do with them. Yeah, that was a little too convenient for my liking, but it's probably not as relevant as we thought. Let's go back over what we know about these guys again. They're capable of rudimentary disguise, trust each other, operate as a small unit, and work fast. You guys also remember a certain threesome that fit that bill? Oh, you mean those guys we dealt with in Tharbad last year? The Devancy brothers. This incident certainly does seem to fit their MO. Yep, looks like they broke out. And according to a recent search, it seems they managed to break out of jail just a few weeks ago. It's still unclear how they escaped, but it's likely they had outside assistance. Well, then that sounds that. All we gotta do now is hunt them down. You know where they went, don't you? Yeah, they must have taken the dragon chariot too. Hey, Long Cheng Jai. Most people tend to keep their distance from the place, but it's still just close enough to get in with an orbital sale. Shit, that's the last place I wanted to go. Makes sense though. There's a reason Almada used it for their hideout. It practically screams, "Hey, hide your stolen shit here, dude." But what do you think they're going to do with it all the way over there? If they wanted to sell it off, they'd have to load it up again and take it somewhere else, wouldn't they? That's why I thought Heilong Cheng Jai gave off more of a stench than the eroded cave. It's not easy to tell just by looking at a map. But on the east side of Heilong Cheng Jai, there's a small path that links back up to the main highway. There is. I mean, that place was used for mining after all. Makes sense that they'd have a few roads for transportation. Gotta be long abandoned by now, though. If they disguise the dragon chariot somehow while they have it on Heilong Cheng Jai, then there would no issue taking the land from there. That's pretty much the long and short of it. Yeah, damn, they sure picked a hell of a target right after getting out of the slammer. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get our asses over to Heilong Cheng Jai. Joe over at the Eastern Quarters Wharf should be able to hook us up with a boat. Hey, the boat. The boat. Boat. Eastern Quarter, he said. No? Huh? Confused? Oh, okay. Not so confused. Where's zooming? I didn't shop you? Oh no, you're the antique seller. I shopped you enough. Give me a boat. Bad and the others, in an effort to track down the dragon chariot, decided to once again travel to Heilong Cheng Jai. Soon after... Whoa, look at that, guys! An orbital sail on a barge. I knew it. What if they had a big wave and the car flew off the barge?
Right.
Rough. That seems to be just used surmise, Mr. Arkwright. Yeah, I'm good like that. They probably haven't taken the chariot too far. I bet we'll find them pretty close by. Let's be careful going forward. Oh! That car we saw when we initially came here with the badass everything? Yeah. That was the dragon chariot.
Oh.
Yes, sir. You got it. Understood. Yep. Nice work out there, brothers. If we manage to get this thing's bits and bobs on the black market, our mirror woes will be ancient history. Before you know it, we'll be out of Calvert and making a name for ourselves in a whole new part of the world. We could never have done it without your foolproof plans, big bro. Who else would have thought to get somebody to meddle with the revenue service? Nobody, that's who. Alright, that's enough praise for me. Besides, you guys played your parts to a T as well. I must say, your disguises have gotten pretty convincing lately. Still, I think one of us is really ought to consider changing his hair color next time. Hey, the hair's what makes me, me. No way I'm getting rid of it anytime soon. Well, whatever. We should be proud of this one, boys. The bonds of brotherhood have secured us yet another victory. Let's say we crack open a bottle and have a toast. We deserve a little reward, don't you think? We can always just slip out the abandoned pathway tomorrow. Well, ain't that sweet? Brotherly love sure is a beautiful thing, right, man? No doubt about that. And they even let us listen in on their little plan. Nice group of guys, I gotta say. Too bad it's all about the time you're gonna get to celebrate, though. Hope you losers are ready to be back behind bars. If your bonds run so deep, then why not put all the energy into something that actually helps others for once? I'm afraid we have you cornered, Devancy brothers. Turn yourselves in and we promise to do you no harm. What are you doing here? Actually, haven't I seen you somewhere before? They're the guys that foiled our plans back in Tharbad. The Spriggan? Why did it have to be you again? Hey, we're not all that thrilled to run into you crooks either. You boys are at the end of your rope. And speaking of rope, how about you stand still so we can tie you three up? What, you really think we're just gonna back down? You've meddled in our plans for the last time, Spriggan. You're toast. Don't go getting all cocky just because you took us down once before. We'll give you a real run for your money this time. With me, brothers. You got it, brother.
You're freaking dead. Fine, let's play.
Oh, brother.
I'll finish you. Up to you, Reset.
I definitely hit that button, but yeah, whatever. God, I can't believe we lost these bastards again. I swear on my soul, this won't be the last you hear of the Devancy brothers. Just kill them already. Yeah, we always bounce back. Just wait until we get out of prison. You'll get what's coming to you eventually. You're gonna regret ever messing with us, Spriggan. Maybe you guys could just learn your lesson and stop thieving already. You can act tough all you like, but that's about all the least scary thing I've heard all week. Well, it takes care of these idiots. Now I'm just worried about the car. Is it okay? It would seem so. Nothing more than a few minor abrasions. I think we can return to our client as is. At least the parts will make getting it back to Longport a little easier. Right, let's bring it back to the theater. What's wrong, Van? No. I'm gonna drive it along the highway.
Your plate, I'm sorry.
What's worse, it was tangled up in all your hair down there, too.
I'm sure it was.
It was. I'm just remembering something they mentioned earlier. Like how you're going to get any more out of me. You guys said something about getting somebody to meddle with the revenue service, didn't you? So the auditing was part of your little heist after all. Oh yeah, the timing was certainly suspect. Is that all? Fine. If you want to know who our partner in crime is, I'll tell you. The truth is, I don't actually know their name. What? I thought you guys were all buddy-buddy. And here I was thinking you had connections to some big hotshot. Well, I guess I don't mind spilling a few secrets. See, we got word from someone using a pseudonym that they wanted to help us out. The only condition was that we had to cause some kind of an uproar on Lineport, and it had to be today. Said they'd even lay all the groundwork. Wow, you sure know how to pick 'em, boss. Looking at you using strangers to your advantage. Nice going, bro. What is with these guys? For real, you'd think they'd be more angry about the whole being used as pawns thing. So someone's been trying to stir things up in Longport. But it's whoever betrayed the Lu family. It'd make sense if they were the ones pulling the strings here, too. Anyway, before we return the Dragon Chariot, we'd better decide what we're going to do with these guys. It would probably be best just to put even more stress on Hayway if we tried to push them off on them. So let's try and come up with something else. Let's see. I say we give them to Marduk, but what does Game Pack say? Game Pack says give them to Marduk.
Chaos.
Sorry, boys. Them's the breaks. I mean, they did break out of prison and all. After all, this is a problem the police need to fix, not the guild. But considering it's the same force that arrested Fan Lu, it is possible that whoever's been pulling the strings inside Hayway lately had a hand in all this. Maybe the better option is to turn them over to Marduk? Huh? Why Marduk? I see Marduk engaged in various risk management research opportunities that pertain to maintaining public safety. It would require a great deal of paperwork, but it should be possible for the company to take temporary custody of the Devancy brothers. Fortunately, Mirabelle and the security chief are currently in Lineport, so they'll be able to assist in making the handover as smooth as possible. Jeez, can't say I'm a huge fan of letting a PMC have so much authority. But I guess you guys do kind of have a knack for stuff like this. Fine, I'll let it slide. It's definitely more on the gray side, legally speaking, but hey, that's where we operate best, right? Anyway, I'd appreciate if you could take care of all the formalities for us, Rosette. Of course, it shouldn't take long at all. And so, thanks to Van and crew, the Devancy brothers were captured once again. With the case now closed, the Dragon Chariot was soon returned to the theater where it should await its new owner. Thank you so much for all you've done. I'm so glad we were able to get the Chariot back in one piece. We don't need to worry about Red Star's reputation taking a plummet either. Yes, now that we have the car back, tonight's auction should be able to proceed as planned. Thank you all. Hope you know how grateful we truly are. It was no biggie. I just did what any fellow car lover would do. Don't you think it's time you gotta do hobby, old man? I'm real glad it all worked out. I'm sure this car means a lot to the people of Longport. It does indeed. In times like these, that's all the more reason for us to upkeep the tradition. Hopefully it'll help bring back some sense of normalcy. We'll make sure the reward is posted to your account right away. Thank you again for all you've done. Sure thing, it was no sweat. Just remember to keep your eyes peeled in the future, yeah? Don't want anyone to get to drop on you again.
Well done, everyone.
Oh, excuse me. We did it, yay!
Chaos.
Yes. Mere chaos through mere advanced synchronization.
Ah.
That we were going for. That's what we truly wanted.
Modifying your orbment, are you?
Right up 50%. Strength and strength for 10%, defense up 20%, speed up 30%, evasion critical rate plus 16, accuracy plus 80, damage to enemies plus 60, rate plus 50%.
I knew you couldn't resist.
I mean, just give him full critical damage, I guess. Just have him fucking go, 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 go. Alright.
Let's be honest.
To the Bracer Guild. Away. Hey, Xiaoling. So you've come, Spriggan. Well, if it isn't the little girlie from the Gecko School. I hear that your big brother's here in Longport. Lilian, right? I thought he was trying to put some space between himself and home. Memory serves he was working at a department store in Edith. He said you wanted to have a bout with him while he's here. Hasn't it been a while since you've seen each other? This is the only way he'll listen to me. I'll need your help to get it done. That's why I'm challenging him to a bout. Ideally, I'd like to pair with one of you for it. A fight between siblings? Maybe we ask why you would do such a thing. My brother is next in line to take over as the head of the Gecko School. And yet, he's run off to the capital. I'd like to convince him to return home. The Gecko School's dojo. That's over in the second ward. You don't agree with what he's decided to do, so you want to fight him and win and force him to take on his responsibilities. Is that it? Not exactly a complicated plan. And complicated is kind of our thing, you know? Seems pretty satisfied with his life in Edith. Why not just let him be? I understand the path he's chosen, but we were born to the main house of the Gecko School. As a family with deep roots here in Longport, we have a duty to our heritage. No, you don't. Well, I get all that, but why can't you just fight him one-on-one? Because I want him to take the fight seriously, which I know he won't do if it's just me. That's why I'd like to duel him in a pair. If he has to deal with more than one opponent, he'll have no choice but to fight in earnest. Spriggan, please help me. I don't really want to. Basically just telling him how to live his life. Dumb shit. Yeah, I got it. We'll help you out. We know you guys pretty well after all. Thank you. I really appreciate this. Alright, in that case, I'll pair up with you, Xiaoling. It's been a while since I sparred with Lilian. I wonder if he's got any new tricks. Does that mean you'll be going up against both Van and your brother, though? Is that okay with you, B-Rank? What's that supposed to mean, brat? Mr. Wei, did you attend Xiaoling's dojo as a child? Yeah, I mostly just went there to play when I was a kid, but Lilian helped me train sometimes, too. He used to be a real hard-ass, though, but I think I prefer that over the whole lazy bit he's been pulling lately. Back then, everyone in the dojo wanted to be just like him. Ah, the nostalgia. But now's not the time to be getting sentimental. Let's head over to the dojo.
Let's hurry up and finish this.
Wait, friggin'. So, instead of it being 2-on-1, it's 2-on-2, which means he's still able to not take it seriously?
Off we go.
That's... yeah, okay. You good? Heard that yawn. Oh, I'm kind of yawning. Well, if it isn't Van, you're a ways away from Edith, friend. I'm surprised you knew I was... Ah, yes, my little sister. I'm sure this will be exciting. You got the perfect buns. Brother, I demand we have a duel. Your skills have withered in your self-exile. As your family, it is my duty to beat you back into shape. Well, that's no way to greet your brother, Xiaoling. Right on the steps of the dojo, no less. Anyway, I'll have you know that I came here of my own volition to renew my sense of purpose. Like I'd believe that. You're just snooping around because Baba is out. Oof, saw right through me, huh? Sorry about my little sister trying to drag you into this mess, Van. Look, Xiaoling, I'm just a pharmacist now. I've already decided to leave the way of the martial arts to you. I only came back here on a whim. Hey, would you mind guys escorting her home? Brother! Stop treating her like a child. She came here to talk to you about something serious. Don't you think you're being rude? She's trying to tell me how to live my life. She's the rude one. She may be your little sister, but she still deserves your respect. No. You can at least hear what she has to say. Oh, struck a nerve, small fry. Big brother Kasim being all awesome got you self-conscious. You couldn't even kill a little girl in the first game who was turned zombie. Let's see. I guess you're right. Very. Thank you. Lilian, I've never given up my dream of bringing you back to the dojo. So if I win our duel, promise me that my dream will come true. In return, if I lose, I'll resign as my position as a bracer. Hey, hold on a second. You would go that far? I see. You're very determined, aren't you, Xiaoling? After all, you even brought the Spriggan along, which means you knew I wouldn't go along with this otherwise. I take it you understand my resolve, then. Now, let's... However, I cannot accept those terms. I'm assuming you planned on me pairing up with Van? Someone from another school in a battle to decide who succeeds the Gekka? You see where I'm going with this, right? You have a point. He's got me there. I wonder who would make a good replacement. Not that I plan to help search for one, mind you. My poor old back would simply give out on me. Hey, I thought you were finally taking this seriously. It really didn't sound like he'd be budging anytime soon. So now we gotta find someone to take Van's place, huh? What a pain in the ass. A martial artist that can not only match Lilian's superior skill, but also a practitioner of the Gekka school. I doubt many fit the bill. There's gotta be someone we know. What about the guy at Longkai Clinic? I see. Yeah, I'm sure he'd be a good match. Let's go have a talk with him. Please be here. No, it's in the first ward.
We go.
Oh, did you hurt something?
You're finally awake?
Yes.
Yep.
Allow me to assist. Hope to see you again.
Stop being awake now.
I'll give you scratchies.
No, you can't. Van gave brief explanation of the situation to Shen Li. I see. I thought I heard something about Lilian's return. Oh, great. A pharmacist teaming up with a pharmacist to fight. Great. Please, if there's anything you can do to help us. As a bracer and as a member of the Gekka school, I'm sure you can imagine how I feel coming to you of all people. Wow, okay. Rude. But if this is the only way to convince my brother, then I have no problem asking a former Zhang Shou for help. Oh, shit. Former Zhang Shou? I've heard the price is high for leaving the role of Zhang Shou. Well, I won't deny it. Look, we have no intention of digging into your past. All we need is a little help. I'm assuming you know Lilian? Yeah, I guess you could call us childhood friends. We used to go to the dojo together. There's lots of Gekka practitioners in Heiyui's ranks. I've never stopped training, but not because I want to keep up with my Zhang Shou days. No, I keep training because I'm committed to never performing arts of violence ever again. I think that's more than enough about me, though. To be honest, I'm a bit skeptical of what Lilian's true intentions are. Yeah, me too. In any event, the past doesn't matter now. I want you to help us as my brother's childhood friend, not as a former Zhang Shou. I expect he remembers the core principle of the Gekka school. Violence is to be rejected, not embraced. Yeah, I remember Master Tai Long teaching us that. Why not give them a hand, then? Dr. Long Kai. I got this covered, Royo. You're worried, no? I think you should do as your heart desires. You're right. For the sake of an old friend, I accept your request. Thank you so much. I'm sure my brother will be thrilled. I was also hoping to finally get a spar in with Van, but it seems that wasn't meant to be. Please, I'm more than happy to sit this one out. Maybe next time. Maybe not. Hey, now, please give me some time to prepare. I'll come by once I finished up over here. Alright, let's head on back to the dojo. No mercy in this dojo.
Heading to the objective.
Come on, Joe. We don't even know what a dojo is. Brother, we found your match. So soon? Well, this certainly wasn't who I was expecting. It's been a while, Lilian. So now even poor Shenli's been dragged into my baby sister's selfish schemes. I imagine you're not exactly thrilled to be here, huh? To the contrary, I'm just glad to get the chance to help a friend in need. Look, if you want to keep lazing around for the rest of your life, all you gotta do is win. No need for any sappy shit. But you're gonna have to clear up all the stuff you threw up to the wayside. Your actions affect more than just you. I guess running away is a bad look. Alright, I accept your challenge, Zhao Ling. Yes, that's all I wanted to hear. I wasn't so sure he would accept. You've got this, girl! I'll be expecting you not to pull your punches, Zhao Ling. Now, let's do this! Of course!
Let's do this, Shaolin. We won't go easy.
Going on. Here's our chance.
Rude. And they're dead. Boring. We did it, Aaron. We won. Like there was ever any doubt. Oof. My bones haven't seen that much action in a long time. You don't even look winded, Aaron. I didn't think I'd ever get to fight alongside you again, Chen-Li. Your skills sure have gone dull, though. Well, I could say the same to you. Let's just say we both did our best and leave it at that. You know, I think this duel has given me a better understanding of you, Lilian. And still, I believe you to be the best choice for taking over the dojo. You're more than qualified, even as you are now. It's what Baba wants, too. I'm glad to hear you say that, Xiaolin. I really am. However, I'm afraid I cannot honor your request. I'm sorry. But you promised. You said if I won, you'd take over the dojo. Unfortunately, little sister, that isn't quite what I said. Besides, don't you think it's a little strange for a person who just lost a duel to be put in charge of a martial arts school? Why are you so... The request was just for us to participate in the fight. Now that it's finished. Oh, screw it. I'm sure it wouldn't hurt to give him a push in the right direction. If I attempt to provoke him, then he should go to violence, right? And violence is bad. Bend the frames. Alright, sounds like that's case closed. Too bad your dream of laying low for the rest of your life didn't come true. Guess it's time for you to turn in your resignation, Xiaolin. What? Haha, there's no need. After all, if I don't honor my promise, she shouldn't have to either. You sneaky SOB. Xiaolin came to you with serious intentions. If you never planned to honor her commitment, then you should have accepted her challenge in the first place. Brother. You sure know how to make someone feel bad, don't you? What you've said is true. I have no excuse. That said, I'm still not able to give you the answer you want. Whether or not someone is qualified to become the next master isn't simply a matter of martial prowess. There's also a deep sense of purpose, reputation, propriety. These are all necessary qualities for a master to have, and Xiaolin possesses all of them. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Well, you say that. Not to pile on with the girly here, but I remember how the students of the dojo used to look up to you. You had a pretty good reputation back then. Just what the hell happened, man? Did something go down after I stopped coming to the dojo? Lilian. I wonder why he stopped training. Your acquaintances, aren't you, Mr. Arkwright? Yeah, but I wouldn't call us close. We've never really talked about stuff like that. I think I've kind of got an idea of what happened, though. How disappointing. Heads up. The Baba beatdown. Everyone all right? Yeah, I am unharmed. Swift as a demon, as always. Brother, are you all right? Yes, everything's fine. Heh, not bad. You protected the little girl, too. Guess you still do carry the blood of the Gekka school. Why would you attack us like that? Because of you, my brother? The Zheng Shou who ended up at Long Kai Clinic, huh? Better than where our own ended up, I suppose, but not quite as satisfying. Sorry I don't live up to your expectations. I felt some kind of energy in the area and decided to drop by. I'm pleased to see some familiar faces. Well then, I'll be taking my leave now. Who was that? You might have come across as a jerk, but I'm sure you see how powerful his technique was. Yeah, he's the one that's been stirring up rumors recently. The strongest Gekka practitioner there is. He's the one that Asha told us about. The foremost fighter of the Lai family. I see. That would explain his strength. Doesn't seem like he's involved in what's going on, though. And he just shows up and leaves like nothing. That info we got from before seems suspicious now. Yeah. He didn't even try to test my strength. I don't like him. I hope I never see him again. You know, he actually trained at the dojo about a year ago. Seemed like every student there wanted to challenge him. He defeated them all with ease. Including me. So that's why you lost your nerve. Yes, when he defeated me, I felt the overwhelming gap between our abilities. It was too much for me to overcome. But I believe I now understand the reason for our differences. Huh? Well, that's not what I expected. This doesn't mean that I'm going to return to the way of martial arts, though. However, the emptiness in my soul, it feels a bit more full now. Brother. Anyway, I believe our father ought to be returning soon. I think I'll take my leave here. Xiaolin, I'm sorry for leaving you with such a heavy burden. Hold on, we're not done here! Well, that was a pretty weird interruption. Still, at least everything turned out alright in the end. Yeah, I'll say. We should probably keep an eye out for that guy in the future, though. Yeah. Lilian. I trust you'll be able to move forward with your life now. Oh, Dad says, yeah, you're fine. Get out of here. Dad's like, get out of here, you rascal. He's a little rascal. Alright. Here's what we're going to call the video for now. As always, thank you all for watching. If you're enjoying the series and you'd like to see more, like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and follow me on Twitch, ArkNova3.
Till then.